Some first things when to work. So the schedule is now good to go throughout the semester. You hopefully saw that you were probably assigned some random shifts on a rotating basis. Sebastian, did you see? All right, cool. If you have class during that shift, let me know. If it's for a portion of that shift, for the entire shift, whatnot, and then that's okay. You can go to class. We're not going to keep you from class, but you still need to let me know so that we know what's going on with that. The expectation is still that you come and work as much as possible. Obviously, like not up to the minute before your class, but we'll be reasonable. We're going to work with you. You just have to try and work with us. So we need to try and cover as much as possible. Yes, Susie.
So you said to only put our class schedules in red, but what about our other obligations that we have that besides class?
Yeah, so we only are accounting for class schedules when it came to the rotating. Other obligations obviously are important, but the way I am looking at it is just class schedule when it comes to the schedule for work and that conflict. So yeah, please let me know if any of those shifts conflict with those class schedule. Not a big deal. Just let me know, and we'll move forward from there. Sound good? At the same time, try and trade those shifts around if you're able to. Someone else might be able to work it, might be able to work a portion of it, those kind of things. Hopefully, you only had not more than 2 or 3 of those rotating shifts that really may have conflicted. So a lot of those also may come down the line. So take your time and try and problem solve through that. Timesheets are due this Friday. Just a quick reminder. They're due here still. Don't make sure you're not writing any notes on them, like in pencil or pen or anything like that. If you need us to like know something, put on like a sticky note. They just don't like it when there's any other like extra writing on those, because then if there's writing, then we can't turn them in as quickly as we'd like to, and then that delays you from getting paid. Hiring. We will be doing our once a semester hire coming up next month. So if you have friends that are interested or people that ask at the front desk, you can let them know that position will be posting in October. Don't have a specific date yet, but you can just keep an eye out for that. Also, that being said, based on what Jay, the new director for Campus Rec, has sent down the pipeline for us as a facilities team, we will now be, for this upcoming hiring, we'll hire people just as a facilities staff. And that means they will work at all 3 facilities. That's the word. So you guys, nothing is changing this semester for you guys. That being said, in January, we will most likely, unless something changes between now and then, be training one group for the other and vice versa, so that you can all work at all facilities. Obviously, when it comes to being scheduled for shifts next spring, that still comes down to your class schedule, those kinds of things. So yeah, that's that. Pretty exciting. You'll get some more experience working different places, get to see different things. Yeah, that's really all the information I have for now when it comes to that situation. But that's because that's all I know. So, but that's what we're gonna be moving forward with. Yes, Popson.
Are we gonna be like required to train in like fitness aspects?
Yeah, great question. So, for those listening at home, Popson asked if we ought to be required to learn some of the fitness things that go on at the satellite facilities, and yes. At the same time, we'll figure out like what that looks like. That also could be a change that happens between now and then of like what that structure looks like. So I don't want to give you like an answer and then it could change. That's something that Jay and kind of those higher ups are determining like what that looks like for us. But for now, we are hiring the next group to work at all 3. And yeah, so kind of that being said, good little segue. Thanks, Popson. There will be a lot of like changes coming up because of new leadership within the department. Obviously, whatever happens, we'll have like full support of our team on our side. when it comes to implementing those things, but just know that that's going to happen. Jay's he's looking forward to making some changes for the better and trying to improve the department and make things that make more sense for everyone on a grander scale. So just be aware of that. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, you can always ask me. I might not always have the answer because it's not always coming from me, but those conversations happen between kind of the administration, the admin team, the assistant directors and above in the department. So I can't always give you up-to-date information, but I as soon as I get it, you get it, and I can try and pass along the why of things that might be happening. So just be aware that's happening in the next semester. For right now, day to day, nothing changes, but next semester there'll be a little bit of a change when it comes to that. Cool. Okay, thank you.
Moving into risk management. So typically Alex, our risk management PA, would be presenting this. She's working over at the FIT right now, so I'm gonna step in for the time being. First thing on this little sheet of paper you all have in front of you, and I'll hand some out if you don't have them. You have to share pens too once you're done writing. Oh, you got one. Does anyone not have one? Okay. Just write on this piece of paper a little note of something you don't feel prepared to respond to risk management related. So this could be first aid, CPR, AED, or it could be like facility things like evacuations or severe weather. Something you maybe don't feel prepared to respond to or you'd like more information on. Maybe something that Alex can push out to you all or help us get better prepared as a whole. So whatever comes to mind on that, just jot it down. Yeah, it could be specific or general.
We have to write something down. Like,
Yes.
what we have no concerns.
Love
Absolutely
it.
no
I
concern.
don't have more information on anything else. Like,
This is not to like try and like
and think of
catch
something.
you or anything
If
like
you
that.
can't,
We're
then
just trying to
what
get
might benefit the group
a
as
feeling
review.
for what you're feeling.
Did you get one?
Fabio, there's a seat over there. Okay, okay. Make sure you're paying attention.
When you all are done writing, you can just start passing them to the front. Whatever comes to mind. Yeah, so what could make you feel better already? Pass it to the front whenever you all are done. Everyone pass them up. Cool. Alright, so first aid CPR certification. So Alex mentioned this in training. She requested that everyone send her a copy of their certifications. So I have a list of everyone that did that. So listen up. If I call your name, you're good. We have it. Also satellites. I think we have all of yours. So if you don't hear from her by email, you're good to go. And then our new hires, you just still have to sign up for those within the next few weeks. So we have Chloe, Katie, Jessica, Maria, Michelle, Sarah Valenti, Susie, Nora, Ashton Rayleigh, Christine, Sebastian, Jono, Leah, Isabella, and Popson. So if we didn't call your name, she doesn't have a copy of your certifications, and we need those in. So we're going to set that deadline for by Friday. So as soon as you go home tonight, tomorrow, whatever, find that certification copy, send it in to her. If you have no idea where it is, I definitely understand that. Reach out to the organization that you took your course with. So I imagine most of them were National Safety Council. So find a contact them on their website, call them, email them. Calling is probably going to be the easiest way. Give them your email. They should be able to find those records and send it to you, or at least help you out. If they don't have it and we don't have it, we will have to ask that you just take another course, because we don't have any record of that certification and we have to have those. So try and get to that as soon as possible. We're setting that deadline to have by Friday. If we don't have those by Friday and I haven't heard from you about whatever's going on, if you're waiting to receive it from them or something like that, then it will be a mark. So we don't want that to happen, but we just really need those certifications as soon as possible. So if you have a certain circumstance where you can't get it to me by then, send me an email. Let me know what's going on and that we're at least working on it, so that we don't have to give you a mark. Sound good? Send it to Alex. You can CC me on it. That's fine. Perfect.
Did you say they could reach out to us and they can send it?
Yeah. I said still by Friday though. So we at least need to hear from you. Know you're taking active steps, or have it in our hands by Friday. Good?
If we have to sign up to get that,
To get another course.
yeah, we just have to let you know by Friday.
Yeah, just let me know, and have like a date in mind that you're planning on signing up for it, at least, so we know you're on the track to get it.
You know if I have something?
Can you remind me just to send a reminder,
Yeah.
either you or I, just so that we give them one more opportunity to like get that in.
I think I've done it in the past, so we just have to sign up.
It's got, yeah, it's got a whole semester out there. There's like
William, do you have a question?
Yeah, can we sign up? I know it says something about like, it's like much cheaper if we go talk to the front desk.
Yes.
That's the front desk, it's not like the recreation front desk, it's in the office.
Yeah, so it's membership services, so they're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So you'll go in there, tell them you're a satellite facilities employee, so Shane's your supervisor, and they'll get you the $25 discount. Cool.
If you need to sign up for a class, go online to see all the dates. Once you pick the date, you then have to go to membership services and tell them you want to sign up for that date. Because it'll only cost you $25 instead of the $60 or whatever it costs online. Okay? So you have to use online to find the dates. Once you find the date, go in person.
Cool. Any other questions? All right. So by Friday, please, please, please. Also, just a quick reminder, audits are going to be starting soon, so Alex will be organizing those. They'll happen randomly on your shifts. She'll grab you, give you a dummy. You'll perform some skills, go through some questions. So be prepared for those. If you have questions, start asking now. She's made these lovely cheat sheets that kind of have a lot of information about responding to different situations. Not all inclusive, but still good information. So this will be at all the facilities, and then these little cards will be in each of the fanny packs. So I'm going to take them to the Fit and the Well soon, but they're at the rec already. So if you want to pull these out, just a quick review, ask if you have questions, but just know that those will be happening soon. First round through those audits, if you don't pass, we'll have a scoring system. You'll kind of see what that looks like when you go through it if you haven't been through one already. First round through, if you don't pass, Alex is going to review everything with you, and I may be helping out as well, just to get you totally comfortable with all those skills. You know exactly what you missed. Not detrimental if there's some things you mess up on that first round. We just want you all to be prepared. So after that, you will get re-audited again, and if you don't pass that second time, then you'll be setting up a meeting with Shane or I just to kind of see what's going on and help you get better prepared. Any questions on that? Fanny packs great job so far on being more attentive for wearing those. I've seen a lot of people have them on, supervisors checking to make sure that everyone on their shift has them. Keep that up. Try and get in that habit of, as soon as you all are switching shifts, give your fanny pack and your walkie to someone else directly. Like put it in their hands so it doesn't get in the drawers and we forget and then remember like mid shift. Just go ahead and make that clean swap. I also would prefer if I will ask that everyone is wearing them. I've seen them out on the desks a lot of times, so just kind of sitting there. Just keep them on your waist, clipped in. Then if you have to run, you might not have that moment to think to grab it. It's just already on you when you arrive. You're good to go. So actually wearing them is great. Any questions on that? Yes.
We will.
The Vanderbilt didn't say that?
No.
Oh. I thought they were.
Yeah. No, they're already at the fit, right? Correct? You haven't lost any yet?
Cool.
Make sure you keep the
When you get on all your shifts too, just check through them real quick. Make sure it has everything you need. So you're able to respond to those situations. Your gloves, your band-aids. There's little cards that say everything that it needs. When you all go through your audits, we'll have you check through that fanny pack as well. So it's better if you check when you first get on shift rather than be surprised and you're like, oh, I don't have this and I need it. That's all I have. RTC. Mm-hmm.
I talked with Rachel. So, stay tuned for RTC news. For those that open, I know we've been like letting them. They usually just kind of walk through without swiping. Correct. That could be changing in the future because they have students who don't actually go to USF. We're not gonna make them like sign in and get guest passes every time, but we're talking with them to kind of figure out the best situation for that. Obviously, you go back to the satellites. This is that weird portion where we only talk about things that affect one side, so stay with us on that. But yes, RTC, not too much else to really share.
For the time being, though, if they are students, they should be swiping in. And then if people pitch a fit and say they're not a student, just let them through for the time being until we figure something else out. But when you have those big groups in, just start being like, hey, can everyone swipe in? The ones who aren't students will come to you, and then we'll just let them through ADA.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, those RTC, unless it's like on the calendar and they've got a space, they shouldn't be like monopolizing space or anything like that. So just a reminder for that. Group fitness. There was an instructor that did not show up this week. Was that yesterday? If an instructor doesn't show up to a group fitness class, that is, we learned, that is the responsibility of the fitness supervisor to handle that communication essentially. If someone comes up to the desk and is like, hey, there's no one there, then as a supervisor, contact the fitness supervisor to let them know, then they should be doing whatever they have to do with that. Perfect. I've since talked with Tracy, and that's what she wants to do. If they're like, I don't know what to do, then tell them to then contact Tracy, basically. Same thing for at satellites as well. If someone doesn't show up, obviously there's no fitness supervisor to turn to. Then you contact Tracy Smith. She has those cards there. Cards are there, correct? Hopefully, yes. Okay. Nods. Thank you, Karen. I think there should be. Yeah, there are. Yeah. So yes, are you guys satellites / mostly well? We good on that? Does that happen? Has that ever happened there?
Yeah, once.
Okay. Okay. Locker rooms. This is a rec only, somewhat. So, listen up. Supervisors. The university contracts out the custodians to our building here. So they're university employees. They're controlled by a division on campus. They're like basically short-staffed a lot right now, and they're kind of trying to figure out what's best for them and how they can move forward in the most efficient manner. That being said, we as campus recreation are going to start, like, for lack of a better word, like monitoring them and monitoring like how good of a job they do, basically to collect data and see if it's worthwhile for us to turn to the university and be like, hey, you guys aren't doing a good enough job. We need to go like hire someone else. So for all supervisors now on InConnect 2, there's a form that needs to be filled out every morning. It's a very simple like checklist. It basically just makes you asks you to like walk through all the locker rooms and restrooms and kind of take a look at all the different like areas around the building for trash and stuff like that. It's on a scale of like really bad, okay, and good. And it gives you the area and then like what's in the area. So it's like men's locker room, showers. Are they cleanliness, good, bad, whatever, okay, good. Every morning that just needs to be filled out from now for the next little bit. So as soon as the building's open, take that time, go walk around, make sure you're getting inside the locker rooms, make sure you're going inside the bathrooms, checking for like the paper products, all those kinds of things, because that data is going to get pushed up to Chris Marks, so then we can then talk to the university and figure out how to move forward. There is it's like a task as well. It should show up at like 6 a.m. Just to remind you, that form is InConnect 2. It's under shift reports. It says like, what's it called? Custodial review -rec, I think is what it's called. So if you open, please make sure that's being done during the morning shift. Try and do it as soon as we open as well, so that we're not like blaming messes on people and not custodial, if that makes sense. Like if we wait too long, people will start to dirty things up. So please make sure you're doing that task and filling out that form. Do you have any questions about that? Yes, Dave.
So like, I work one shift where it's only women. Should we just do the men check like before we open then? Or?
That'd be yes, please. Yeah, if there's only one gender working that shift, and you can figure that out obviously before the building opens, please just do a quick run to those restrooms and locker rooms and check that cleanliness. Thank you. That's a good question. Any other questions? Any of the openers have any questions about that? Pretty straightforward. Really appreciate your help with that. That's going to help the department hopefully save money and keep this place as clean as possible. Towels.
Real quick on that though, when you do see those things,
Yes. Good.
make note of it because we're gonna pass that up. But we also want to still offer clean, nice facilities, good customer service. So we're gonna want to take care of those things that we see. So if paper towels are out, replace them. Soap, replace it. If it's looking really dirty, try and clean it up to the best of your ability using like whatever resources we have, so whether it's a vacuum or like a little mop or something, just taking some time. And that doesn't have to happen immediately. If you have to go take care of some things and then once it slows down in the opening shift a little bit, run back and do that. We just don't want to leave it for an extended period of time looking very dirty until custodial gets in the next day. So take care of those things. Use whatever resources you have. There's plenty of cleaning things around the facility. Just take care of that, and then we'll communicate it up. So hopefully it gets better, but we don't want patrons to have to use that.
Yeah, please clean if you see anything that's not up to standard. Yep.
And if you aren't sure on how to clean it, let me know, and we can like talk through or find some better resources to help you all.
Okay.
Where are like the soap resources and stuff? Because I know that the men's bathroom was empty the other day, and I asked about it, but no one knew.
I'm gonna see about getting like our own personal, like pulling some and just putting it at my desk or something like that. I have to like ask before I just go steal basically. So I'll let you guys know as soon as that happens so that you can just go pull some extras. With the well, same thing. Because the fit isn't cleaned by custodial, university custodial at the well. If you notice, as far as I know, nothing is downgraded at the well, but if you notice that it's getting worse and like they're not cleaning the locker rooms as much, let me know, and then we'll do what we gotta do. Because it's been, as far as I know, right, like things have been okay over there when it comes to custodial. Yes, okay. Jasmine, am I looking at you because I feel like you work at the well all the time, but that was mostly summer. Cool. Towels. Mostly rec, sorry. We're in the process of getting new towels. I'm aware towels are on a low right now. Promise, I'm aware. Yesenia currently is washing a new set of towels to see how they handle the wash, and those will get put in. If those ones shake out well, we'll have some new towels here very shortly. Sound good? Resource plan.
So I don't know if you guys saw when we walked in, there were some changes at the welcome desk. Really excited about it. Some changes at the welcome desk. Well, it was one change. So I got a desk organizer sticky notes, just some of your easy stuff so that you're not like, hey, come like give me a pen when you're on the phone with somebody. With that, I wanted to kind of take down some of the stuff on the wall behind the phone because it looks kind of ugly. And I am gonna put that all in the resource finder. The resource finder is gonna be right in front of the desk organizer, so you can just flip it open really easily. Everything is updated. It all has tabs. So if you want something about aquatics, you flip open to aquatics. It has the times, the phone number, the contact information. It has frequently asked questions for basically every program area that we have. So it's a pretty good resource. In front of it, we also have the performance guideline thing that we introduced at training. That's just for you guys to see it and not be surprised by anything if you get a mark or something. So just look over it, make sure you're not surprised. What else? The back of the resource finder has an access list for the student orgs and then for sports club advisors also. Gonna be keeping that up to date because I know Ben's right in the special events PA. He is the one that does all of that and adds to the list, so he's gonna be printing it out and keeping it up to date.
At the satellites, we will also implement that as well. We don't have all the information yet, so we're building that as well. If you work at the FIT recently, you probably noticed, hopefully, that the front desk much more organized and cleaned out. Yeah. No.
No one's thrilled about it.
Mario, come on. It looks good. Brandon and I spent too long trying to clean out that desk. It looks good now. It's organized, nice and clean, no clutter. Okay. So hopefully we can keep it that way. You saw it, Jasmine.
The fit?
Did you see the fit? The front desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, the drawers.
Switch the cabinets, right?
Yeah, we switched some stuff around, cleaned it out, organized it a little. There are papers in there for who knows how long. So much old stuff. So things like that resource finder. Once we gain more information about what the fit needs and what we can bring there, that stuff will start to be brought there as well. We can only just work on one at a time.
If you have,
This is somewhat unrelated, but can we get some kind of like email or call if there's a special event happening? Because sometimes we have like they bring over stuff, but we don't know what's going on.
Great. Yeah. Answer yes. Difficult part of that, just so you know where we're coming from, is like Laura was obviously there and like putting on a lot of those events. So it was easier for her to like, which I hope she was communicating those things to you guys. I don't know if she was. I will try my best to try and stay in the loop with as much as whatever's going on, so that I can keep you in the loop. It's just still something new for me to try to like think about that as well. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. That will be something that I will keep on the radar. Mostly gonna be at the fit, right? We're talking about like
Yeah.
stuff at the pool mostly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Is there a way that we can like give them the satellites email so they can shoot like campus rec an email and satellites just so that we're aware? Because there was an event at the fit or at the well like 2 weeks ago. It's a thing that they do now called like Fourth Fridays or First Fridays or something, and it's campus rec was there.
Yeah.
They had a little panel, but I didn't know what was going on, so it was a little confusing.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So I don't know. But with the email, probably not. I'll probably just have people give me information. I will also start to be seeking out information more about events, what's going on, now that I have to be aware of it, and make sure that it's dispersed to you accordingly. Like I've got something that I'll talk about at the end of this. Yes.
Is there any way to do like USF Safety Circle says where like it sends out an email to adjust hours and like campus rec, since people get very confused?
that's on my list goal at PA. I don't know how
It's an
that's
Alex.
gonna work.
Yeah, that's a marketing department
Marketing.
question. Unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
like a
sure
marketing
they're
membership.
aware of that, but they control all of those emails.
But
Yeah, check it.
Yeah.
Also, with the resource finder, if you guys have any suggestions about what you don't see in there that you feel like you need, or any suggestions of how the walk-in desk is set up right now with the desk organizer, let me know. I'm open to suggestions, and I'm excited to make it look pretty. For the walk-in desk
quick note on that too. Someone's eyes should always be on the access computer. So I know a lot of times if you're the only one up there and people come with questions or the phone's ringing or they need something, still keep watching that access. So if there's a question being asked, just politely ask them to hang on a second. You're going to ask for your supervisor to come up and help and support you so that we aren't diverting our attention from paying attention to who's coming in the facility and watching their profile come up and things like that. So I've seen that quite a bit. If you're the only one there, at least one person always needs to be watching access. And even if it's like coming to chat with me about something, still make sure someone's watching that. And if you need extra support radio, ask those patrons, hey, hang on a second, I'm going to radio for my supervisor, and they'll come up and help you with that, or that extra staff member too. If we can't answer the phone, that's okay. So if you're the only one up there and you need to pay attention to watching who's coming in our facility, just let that phone ring. They'll call back. We'll get to it eventually when it's a little bit slower. Just make sure we're still paying attention access. Yes.
So are Trey's coming back in Thompson?
No. So the setup we have now is what we're rolling with. Just keep doing what you all are doing, standing, being attentive, rotating through the equipment room, and that's what we like to see. Like Jess's reminder of not sitting in the chair unless you're doing something memberships related or filling out those shift reports. Hopefully that's the only reminder we need. If we do see it, whereas staff are controlling access from it, that chair could be removed as well. I don't want to do that right now. It seems to be working fine with it just being for supervisors, but just so you all are aware of what we're working with. So, yes.
Will it be reconsidered for summer when it's slower?
Um,
It's just like having a medicine.
We're gonna roll with this. Yep.
With just keeping an eye on the access gate, with the ADA gate, we're gonna start, really reinforcing keeping that locked at all times. I know a lot of people just come walking through with, a staff member, professional staff, or just, facility staff. So for professional staff, they can wait for a second if you are helping a patron out. For student staff members, if they're in uniform, you can go ahead and let them in. If they're not in uniform, just make sure that they're swiping in so that we know, obviously we don't know all the student staff members that work here, and it's kind of hard for us, so just make sure that they're swiping in. We just wanna make sure that we aren't letting anybody through that shouldn't be coming through, and, keeping our facility locked down.
Is there like a way to tell everybody, like all the other student staff and the bringing their team and stuff if they want?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
communicating with the rest of the professional staff tomorrow, just to let them know that this is what's going to be happening again.
But at the same time, until they get in the habit of it, it'll probably take some time. As long as we keep that locked, when you see those people waiting there, so if it's a student who's in workout attire, maybe they work for us, we're just gonna say, hey, if you have your ID on you, don't mind swiping in, that'd be awesome. Don't be afraid to just like request if they have their ID, and then that clears up any confusion on like who works for us, who doesn't.
Even if you know their workforce, so that's fine.
Just to be blanket across the board, everyone does it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that. Unless if they're in their work uniform, and you recognize them, that's okay. But it's just easier to monitor everyone who comes in.
William?
My tuition has like 3 days to process still, so can I get a pass on that? Cause my membership still says no membership.
Yeah, that's fine. Especially since like you know everybody now knows Liam.
Okay,
This is
perfect.
Liam.
He's good. Yeah, no worries on that.
Thank you.
Yes, and it's more so, it's difficult for us to monitor all of the other program areas. It's easier for us just all to do the same thing, so it's clear across the board, but more so that's what we're concerned about. We can't keep track of everyone coming in to work out.
Looking at you, Noah.
Yes.
The swipe works on that ADA gate too,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
if they just want to avoid like some students going through the
Right.
line, swiping on the ADA.
And that one actually works well.
Perfect.
Okay. Hot off the press news for everyone. I'm talking less than an hour ago. This is for all facilities. The beloved dress code has been changed again from fitness. The dress code is now much more simple and stripped down. Bad terminology. It is. So the dress code is ready. So athletic attire and like athletic shoes. Closed-toed shoes. Athletic attire and closed-toed shoes. I am a mere messenger, folks.
That's very subjective, I would say. My
Athletic athletic attire and closed-toed shoes.
And that's it. Don't pick everyone else.
Pretty much.
So there's no more like two sports from.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
All right.
One
So
sports
that's all I got for
bra.
you. Once again, that is what the department is rolling with. That's what we will support as our team as well. Not really too much for us to do, but just so you know, that is what, like I said, we're talking less than an hour ago. I was informed of. So you are some of the newest and first to know, probably. There you go. Across all buildings. Sound good? Also, when it comes to dress code, make sure that we are upholding our dress code as well. Just your nice friendly reminder: black pants, closed-toed shoes, shirt tucked in. You don't have to.
What'd you say?
You don't have to worry about it.
As long as it's belt loops.
Yeah, as long as your pants aren't falling
Belt
off.
loops.
that's good. And yes, make sure like everything is length appropriate and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Sound good?
Just make it professional-ish for the environment. You all will be like sitting, standing. Maybe you're cleaning up things. Should be able to move in full range of motion, and nothing is exposed.
For membership services, so we wanted to check in, see if you guys have any questions, concerns about selling guest passes or memberships for supervisors.
Anything you like need a refresher on too. Any questions?
One time, I saw her. Well, if you do have any questions, let us know. Everything is pretty much up there and defined for you, next to the computer, telling you exactly what you need to put in. For selling a gas pass though, I know Sarah had this issue one time, not your fault at all.
Sarah's not the only one. Like, let's not call her out.
I was
She's
just there.
fine.
So what happened was we had a patient come in, we looked up their name, and they had the same name as somebody else that was a previous student, but this person wasn't that previous student, so she just sold the guest pass to the person in there. That's fine. But it wasn't the person. So just make sure you're verifying that either the person has a account or they don't have an account, even if it is the same name.
Check their email.
Yes, check their email, check their address, and take their address.
Have you got to have an ID to be able to come on? Is that like, you can never have like a twist on that? Always got to have when they come and get on an ID?
Yeah, they have to have.
Can't ever do without an ID.
They can have like a student ID. Yeah, it has to be some sort of form of ID. If they don't, like they're not. allowed.
Yeah, new supervisors who just started working this fall. So like Nick and who else? Katie. Who else? Not Ashton. Is that it? Who's here? Oh, Elena, Susie. Why didn't you
No
say
one's
anything?
around.
I was like looking around the room and you were like hiding. I think that's it, right? No, Apollo was in the summer. I think that's it. So you will be getting an email from me soon to set up kind of like a refresher for Fusion. Nothing crazy. Might not even take more than 20 minutes, but it's going to happen during your shift. So you're not going to have to come in like a separate time. We're going to coordinate with membership services for one of their students to come in, sit down with you while you're working, see if you have any questions, work out some of those bugs with you. Sound good? We were just waiting until the schedule was kind of set so we knew what your schedule was so we can work with that. Sound good? So just, that's what that'll be. So you're not blindsided when one day one of the membership services students show up and start talking with you. Sound good? Yes.
So during summer A, I was making a guest pass for someone, and he didn't want to give me his email. So I did it like I just did the rest of the guest pass, just put it as like a note on like the bottom. Is there something like you would want like people to do for that?
That's a good question. I would say that we require an email as part of our guest entrance policy. If they are that adamant about not giving an email, then they can talk membership services, or they can wait and not enter in. If someone's really that, if someone can't.
We're not
do
gonna
it-
send them like spam.
Yeah, you can let them know that we're not gonna send them anything. Doesn't put them on any list. It just like gives us a piece of contact information.
Okay.
If someone can't also make it a fake email that quickly, then on top of that, get the system.
Jess is gone.
So we are still sending out the weekly walk trips. So we're sending those out on Tuesdays. That is, if you haven't caught on, replacing the email of like reading an email. We're trying to make it more interactive so that we can see that you guys are actually reading through it. Those are going to be sent out every Tuesday, and the deadline to fill them out is Friday. If you don't fill them out by Friday, I'm going to be enforcing marks, just to make sure that you guys understand the importance of filling it out.
And they're just much prettier than the ones that I used to see.
And super easy to click through. It literally takes 1 or 2 minutes of your time, and you're good.
Yes, Susie.
So we send you an email. We'll say like what
Yeah.
the incident was that gives you the mark, and then at the bottom of the email will say you got 1 mark from this. You have this total of marks for this
Kinda just
period in your employment.
I had a quick note on that too. Since we have kind of revamped this whole system with the marks and the strikes, we talked about it in training, but you all are still getting used to it. So everything that you all had in the past has been wiped. So everyone's starting on a clean slate this semester. So yay, that's exciting. Hopefully everyone's excited about that so that everyone's on the same page and there's no questions asked. Of course, that documentation, we still hold on to that, but as far as like the point record, everyone's on a clean slate. So if you haven't received any emails yet, you are good so far and you don't have anything. But those emails, like Jess said, will outline what happened, what you're receiving for it, and then your total so far.
And also with the Qualtrics, there's like super important information in there. I know a lot of you were like, oh my gosh, we didn't know we had a meeting tonight, and it was in the Qualtrics 2 weeks ago before the hurricane. Just make sure that you're actually going through that and taking note. Those never close, so you can go back into the email, readdress what you saw in there, and you don't have to resubmit anything.
I mean, I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but like I felt like emails were easier to find information on like quicker. Plus, like if I had to go back to it to find information, it was easier for me rather than like having to go through.
So I guess on that, anything maybe that's important dates or stuff going on that week or changes, we can have Jess put in a document and put in the front of the resource binder.
And
So
I'm
that's
just gonna, I think we talked about it for somebody, but I'm gonna include the dates in the email as well as in the Qualtrics.
yeah. So there could be like a little highlight section, and then so if you need to reference it really quick, you don't have to pull that back up.
Will you continue to do the in-one tour when we have staff meetings? That way, because I know for this meeting, we talked about it. And
Yeah.
added it.
I
It's
am-
helpful.
I really want to. I don't know.
Yes.
But in person,
Yes, we can continue to do that. That's gonna help you guys out. At the same time, the dates are still all set, so the date's never gonna change. So you have
Put
all
them
of
in your
this.
calendar already.
Still the second Tuesday of every month, and then the first Tuesday in December for finals, because of finals. What comes to mind when I say the words frog juice? Exactly. Right? So there's this guy that's walking around, not walking. He came to wreck the night. He's basically trying to peddle this like pre-workout called Frog Juice. I'm not making this up, guys. I'm not that creative. He literally had like a cooler like slung on his shoulder and was like walking up to people and was like, "Hey, you want some frog juice?" I'm not making this up. So if you see anyone doing that, first of all, be alarmed. Second of all, politely ask him to stop doing that and to leave. He might be a student, so he's able to be in the facility, but he's not able to try and hawk his homemade pre-workout. This is mostly, honestly, probably for stuff like the fit, because he was caught here, so he probably is going to try and go to the fit and do that. So keep your eyes open when you're at the fit. I doubt he'll make it all the way to the well. That's up to your personal outside of wall working. No. If you see the little he has little promotional cards as well. Please pick those up. Just like any other cards for like random people trying to sell stuff. It has to go through. Just because it's on Amazon does not mean it's legit. But yes, frog juice. Don't let that happen. I know. All right, hold on. We're almost done, guys. We're in the home stretch here. So this is campus rec wide. Kind of mentioned earlier with changes coming with from Jay and all that kind of stuff. Jay is a very get it done, do it kind of guy. So you really will see a lot of things happen in the next year, 2 years, however long you're working here. He's going to be working to do a lot of stuff. Just for instance, he's already really interested in converting some racquetball courts into different workout spaces. He's all in on making campus recreation as awesome as possible. So just kind of you don't have to adopt that mindset, but just be aware that that's going to be happening for the department, whether it's at the fit, and there's a really good chance that things get changed around when it comes to layouts at the fit and stuff like that. So just be aware of that, and just be kind of ready for those changes. The biggest one coming for you guys, like I said, is that position kind of switch up, but that's not for a semester. But just me as the middle ground between the director and you guys, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least let you know that that kind of stuff is in the works. I don't have any information about when it's going to happen, how fast it's going to happen. A lot of these things don't happen quickly, so you'll notice or you'll be made aware of when they're happening, and they'll take slow. It's university; it takes a long time to get things done. Construction takes a long time, but just be aware of that kind of stuff. It's a different change, especially for the past year. We've essentially not had a director, so it's been a bit different. So just want to let you guys know about that. Even for small things like the department, like campus recreation as a department, there's a pretty decent chance that within the next academic year that there's a merger with the wellness department. So things like that are technically they're not going to they shouldn't affect us, but there's still things that will and could happen. Could and probably will happen for our department. So nothing really too crazy.
Anthony.
Yeah. So for instance, somewhat also hot off the press. Not as hot. The campus recreation now employs a former / current wellness full-time staff member. His name's Anthony. At the fit, he's the guy that works at the desk up front, up top. So he used to be a wellness employee. Now he's a campus recreation employee. So he'll be doing wellness programming and stuff like that for the department. So that's kind of the first. I don't know. I don't have an analogy. I usually should have one.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle
And then-
the GA.
Yeah, and then Danielle Jensen, for those who have worked here for over a year, is also a graduate assistant within the department now because she's under the wellness, but now that her position is now with campus recreation, wellness, whatever you want to call it. So you might see her around at the fit as well. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with who Danielle is, so she's technically a campus recreation graduate assistant now.
Okay, cool. I'll just do this quick reminder, or if anybody is interested in still helping out with the green and gold market, that's something that the wellness department puts on. They need a few people to help out. It's on Thursday, so those shifts are on when to work. If you have any availability, they're pretty short shifts. There's one in the morning, one in the afternoon, just helping them, setting up with different vendors, just getting some different on-campus experience with different people, a different organization. Pretty neat to have that opportunity. So I would encourage you all to do something like that. So if anyone has availability and is interested in a few extra hours, you get paid for it. So snag those online or let me know and I'll put you on that shift. We would really appreciate that help. You'd be working with Danielle and Anthony and whoever else is orchestrating that.
Speaking of other opportunities on campus, gosh, king of segues. The Riverfront Park is putting on a moonlight canoeing event this weekend, or this Friday and Saturday, I believe, because it's like a full moon this weekend. I learned that today. So if you're interested, you should go check that out. Their campus recreation department, and it's pretty cool. You can go on the website for more information on that. But who doesn't want to like canoe on the river at full moon? Sounds fun.
LCR.
Leaders in Campus Recreation, I'm on the e-board. We are having our first event on October 3rd. We're having a movie night at the Fit. Movie to be determined. We think it's gonna be like dodgeball or something.
Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
We'll have we'll have food there and we'll have fun there. So I'm gonna be sending out some marketing things this week and an RSVP to send out. I think we're sending it out on this week too. So if you wanna go, I really hope you guys come.
Can you give a quick, like, what LCR is?
Okay, yeah. So Leaders in Campus Recreation, we call it LCR for short. Basically, we're about building professionalism within the Leaders in Campus Recreation and helping you turn this job into mirroring what you learned here into your real life jobs. For just your knowledge, we're going to be doing a lot of professional development things. So we're going to be doing a resume review. I'm going to try to get some people from other colleges to come in and help bridge the gap between campus recreation and what your majors are. That's why I asked for your majors. Basically, we just want to get all of you guys together, get the leaders in campus, and make sure that you understand the value that you get from this job and the value that you provide to campus recreation.
And Oleg trying to take my title as Segways. I want to congratulate our Employee of the Month. So Oleg and Katie, please.
Yay! I think just wanted to touch on something about that, right?
Yeah. So if you haven't noticed already, Katie's face is all over the place.
Woo!
So for the coming months, when you do get Employee of the Month, it's gonna be put on the computers.
Don't worry, Oleg, you're next.
Yeah, coming soon.
And that was the only thing I had.
Okay,
cool.
So-
And then, oh.
So I've got one more thing. So the quick shout out to Oleg. We'll start with Oleg. He was been extremely helpful over the past month when it came to our transition, finishing out the summer, picking up a lot of shifts, as well as being really helpful with keeping things organized and someone we can really depend on, especially the well this summer. So thank you, Oleg. Really did appreciate all your hard work that you've been doing since we've been here. And then Katie also, as soon as she got back from her summer vacation, really has been working nonstop and putting in a lot of time and energy and effort to get back into the groove of things. So I really appreciate and excited for you to grow the supervisor. So thanks, Katie.
You know how we used to like recommend people? Are we gonna go back to that?
Yes. This summer we kind of just, because there was only so many staff that were working during the summer, it was almost like it was kind of easier for us to just pick them during the summer. But yes, moving forward we do that.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what I was gonna say, but we're gonna do a beach day.
Woo!
Let me look at the calendar. So in October,
Basically, Emily and I are working together to do.
yeah, if you have any beach suggestions on like active beach locations, we're trying to figure out places where you don't have to pay for parking, because I know that's a I'm from, we don't.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we get it. You're from the beach.
So, what? I don't even remember the date.
I got it.
October 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
So it'll be one weekend in October. We're like open to suggestion on what weekend works better for the most people. And then obviously we can organize like carpooling and stuff. And if we want to like bring some snacks and have like a picnic or check out some soccer balls and volleyballs.
Yeah, so fun. Oh, I'm excited.
And
I'm not
Shane
going.
Rosenhill will be there.
Yeah, I'm excited for you all. Wish I could be there.
So we'll probably send out a Google Sheet form soon or fall tricks to get an idea of when most people can go. And then once we get that figured out, we'll send out a Google form to organize carpooling.
Yeah.
So you guys can all get there.
I'm so happy.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
Next meeting, still second Tuesday. It's October 8th. Location to be determined. Would like to have it not here so we can get to the satellites a little bit as well, show them some love. But with our group size and just a little bit difficult with timing and everything like that. Because they're open sometimes. Yes, Susie.
Why are meetings on Tuesdays?
Meetings are on Tuesdays because I decided I didn't want to have the meetings on Sundays. So that's what I went with. I personally believe in having meetings during the week. I'm being honest, I don't like getting up on Sunday mornings. At the same time, I understand the difference with like having to record and stuff like that because people are working. There's always going to be people who can't make it. So trying to get as many people as possible, that's what we're going to go with.
And you all get your whole weekend. I think that's really nice.
Yes.
You'll definitely
Yes, Susie?
appreciate it. I'm sure.
No, we're going to stay with this for now. And so when it comes to stuff like that, I understand that there are like things like that change. For people like Brandon, your hiring class, you guys never had the Sunday meetings, correct? Right. Yep. So depending on when you were hired here, things are going to be different. The goal of campus recreation is never to stay the exact same every day. We always want to try and grow and be a little bit better. We were hired and we're brought on, we're not hired just to do exactly what was done before us. So that's why you see some changes. Whenever it comes to anything in life, especially a job after college, I can 100% promise you that wherever you work, it's never going to be the exact same from your day 1 to your day 365 or your day 47 or whatever. So this is kind of helping you prepare for those changes. Things are going to come. You have to kind of roll with the punches. At the same time, we're trying to accommodate as much as possible for things like class, people who are working, things of that nature. So hopefully you can roll with us on that. If it becomes too much for you, come talk to me one-on-one. We can figure that out. But that's why this part of the changes are happening. November volunteering. They're not here right now, but thanks to Rashida and Derek for coming out and volunteering last weekend. But November volunteering will be Saturday, November 2nd. Mark that down in your calendar if you're interested. Don't have the time yet, but November 2nd, we'll get that out to you probably in a couple weeks what the actual location and time will be. But either way, it's still going to be November 2nd no matter what. Yes, Chloe?
How many are you using for homeless? Or am I just completely made up in my head?
You what?
Are you doing something for the homeless?
Are you doing something for the homeless for volunteering? Or am I just making that all up?
You made it up. You made it up.
So what are you doing for volunteering?
Well, last time we helped with the community
I'm
garden.
with you guys.
Yeah. I don't know what November's going to be yet.
Who that sounds like? Put me down for that.
Okay. We'll reach out to you guys. We'll reach out to you guys.
Yeah. I'm going to start eating all over the
I don't know. All right.